Hey there everybody, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. Hopefully I will get this uploaded and on time before Christmas. So hopefully tonight sometime this will be uploaded on YouTube. It is the start of the Pop 10, the Payoff Pitch 10-team league. I want to give kudos again to Tenacious Earl because he kind of modeled this for me with his Tenacious League, doing the 10 teams and the 54 game schedule, and kind of led the way and showed me how to do this and how to make it work, and how to make it look fun and have a good time, and also kind of just get away from my comfort zone because I'm so used to doing as played lineups and being a stickler for things like that. So this one's kind of free range, lineups as I choose, 25-man rosters as I choose, and so forth. So the original schedule I pulled out had Seattle at San Diego as the first game. It was Team 1 taking on Team 6. But the traditionalist in me says, wait a minute, the first games are always played in Cincinnati. Or at least they used to be. So we're going to have our first game in Cincinnati. It is the Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Cincinnati Reds at Great American Ballpark. And before we get going, I went ahead and show what I worked on this morning, getting the 25-man rosters for each team set up. Each team will have 12 pitchers and 13 position players. You only need 12 pitchers because probably the first round you're not going to use your fifth starter because of the off day after the 3-game series. So your fifth starter probably won't kick in until the second go round. So I wanted to have an extra bench player, particularly on the games where we're not using the DH, because you're going to need that flexibility in pinch hitting. And I also used my schedule template that I had and got the schedule all set up. This represents 3-game series. So right now we're starting off in Series 1. This will be a 3-game set for all teams. And my fictitious season is starting today, June 1st, on the June 1st, 2018 calendar. And like I said, Tampa Bay is at Cincinnati, Seattle's at San Diego, Miami is at Boston, Chicago is at Philadelphia, and Colorado is at Atlanta. And of course, we're starting out trying to keep some tradition in Cincinnati with Tampa Bay at Cincinnati. All right, let's look at the lineups. I went ahead and put them on the score sheet, so let's go ahead and review those very quickly. Again, there is no DH because we're at a National League park. So Denard Span's in left, Matt Duffy's at third, CJ Cron's at first, Wilson Ramos is catching, Kevin Kiermaier in center, Malik Smith in right, Joey Wendell at second, Adeiny Hechavarria is at short, and Cy Young Award winner Nate Snell is on the mound. For the Reds, leading off will be Jose Peraza at short, Scott Schebler's in center, Joey Votto's at first, Adam Duvall's at left field, Eugenio Suarez is at third, Tucker Barnhart's catching, Scooter Jeanette's at second, Jesse Winker is in right, and on the mound is Luis Castillo for the Reds. Note Billy Hamilton is on the bench, but he's available to pinch hit / pinch run if need be. So we'll get this thing set up and get going here. For as much as I can, I'm going to try to just use the charts and the dice and not the fast action cards. Sometimes if I try to use both, I get a little confused, so I think I'm just going to stick with the dice for now. I'm pretty comfortable with the dice, so I think I'm just going to stick with that. And let's get everything lined up here. And a couple of situations where when I picked these teams out, or when they picked themselves out, I guess, there were some players that played for multiple teams, particularly Tampa Bay and Seattle. They had a trade that sent Jesus Colome and Denard Span to Seattle. But in the first part of this fictitious season, they're going to be on Tampa, and then a little ways down, I'll go ahead and transfer them to Seattle. But right now they're on the Tampa side, so that means Denard Span will hit in the leadoff position. And I do have the charts right here to go by. I've also got 2 separate rare charts. I've got one for bases empty, which requires 2 D6s. And then I've got the standard one that came with the game for when runners are on base. But when bases are empty, I'm going to use this one. I've also got the steal jump chart. I'm going to use that to determine whether a guy gets a jump or not. So charts galore. Hopefully things will go smoothly. And we will get going here as soon as I get everything where I need it. Okay, leading off will be Denard Span against Luis Castillo. Let's roll the 2d6s first and see where we are on Castillo. It is a 12, so we're in the wheelhouse. So how about that? The very first pitch of the game, Luis Castillo puts it in Denard Span's wheelhouse. If he rolls a 30 or less, it is a leadoff home run to start the season with a bang. And it is. It's an 11. So Denard Span starts out the top 10 with a pop out of the ballpark, and Tampa Bay grabs an early 1-0 lead. Castillo a little shaken up. Next pitch is a 3, which is in play. We'll check Duffy's in play. It's a 50. In play 50 is a base hit. So Duffy still going to take that in play pitch and get a base hit out of it. Here's CJ Crone. Castillo, a 7, is in play again. Crone, 0-0. So we're going to the rare play chart, but there is a runner on base. So we'll be using the standard one that came with the game. Rolling 2d6s. We get an 8. 8 says pitcher with a wild pitch rating of 30 to 31 or higher sends a pitch to the backstop. Otherwise, DRF catcher misses pitch. In either case, runner advances 1 base. Well, the wild pitch rating for Castillo, he does have a 30. So that means he has just uncorked a wild pitch. So Castillo, very shaky here in the beginning. Giving up a home run, a single, and now a wild pitch, which has moved Duffy to scoring position with nobody out. And Crone still at bat. We get a 7, which is in play. And we get a 17. In play 17, that is another base hit. Lead die is a 3 from the D6 roll. So if we go to our base running chart, a lead die of 3 with a runner on second says the runner scores. So the runner does in fact score, and Tampa Bay has jumped to a quick 2-0 lead with nobody out here in the top of the first to start the pop 10 with a bang, so to speak. This will bring up Wilson Ramos. It's a 12. He's in the wheelhouse again. So Ramos, 1-47. He's going to go deep. It's 20. So Wilson Ramos has hit a home run. And boy, Castillo didn't get out of the... He must have got on the wrong side of the bed this morning, because it is now 4-0 before you can even turn your head. It is 4-0. Kiermaier, it's a 9. It's finally in the tough range for Castillo. Let's see if we can get Kiermaier on a tough pitch. 35, tough is a strikeout. So finally Castillo gets an out. I'll bring up Malik Smith, the right fielder. It's a 10, which is tough. Tough and a 76. Tough 76 is a ground ball to short. Handled over there by Peraza for out number 2. So 2 down now for Joey Wendell, second baseman. It's an 8, which again is tough. And a 54, tough 54, just missed a base hit. 54 is a pop to third, handled over there by Suarez. And the inning is finally over, but the Rays strike for 4 in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Tampa Bay 4, the Reds nothing, and they've given a 4-run lead to the Cy Young Award winner, Blake Snell. No opener in this game. We're going with Blake Snell, so there's no opener. They do that when they get down to the lower in their pitching order, but with their ace on the mound, they're not going to worry about that. So Jose Peraza is going to lead off against Snell. It's a 6, which is tough, and a 54. Tough 54 against a left-hander. That's going to be a ground ball back to Snell. An easy play. 1-3. And there's one away. Brings up Scott Schebler. It's a 4, which is tough. Schebler, 51. Tough 51. He's going to, against a lefty rather, is out of range. 51 is a ground ball to first. Got to be careful and make sure we're off the left-hand side. But that's a ground ball to Crone for out number 2. He takes it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Joey Votto. 9, that's tough. And a 22. Tough 22 is a strikeout. So Blake Snell, no problems with the Reds here in the bottom of the first. 3 up, 3 down. we go to the second. Still 4-0 favor of the Rays. Castillo back out, but he may not last long if he gives up more runs. Maybe give him a chance to get through this inning. If he doesn't get through this inning, they may pinch hit for him early. Here's Span. I'm sorry, it's not Span, it's Hechavarria. I don't know where I got Span from. Got my things out of order here. My bad. It should be Hechavarria, not Span. So it's an 8, which is tough. So Hechavarria on the tough range, 75. 75 is a fly to center. 1 away. Now Blake Snell is up. Now, interestingly enough, when Blake Snell, looks like he had a 0 rating on his card. So I just gave him pitcher card, hitting card number 1. I'm not sure why the 0 is there, but 4 is tough. So tough automatically, that's a strikeout. We don't even have to roll any further. It is a strikeout on pitcher hitting card number 1. When you get in the tough range, it's automatically a strikeout. So 2 down. Now Denard Span can bat legally. 7 is in play. 49, in play 49, that's out of range. 49 is a ground ball to first. So Castillo, maybe he needed an opener because his second inning much better than his first. So maybe there's a case for an opener for Castillo. But Cincinnati never employed that strategy to my knowledge. All right, we go to the bottom of the second. Doesn't mean they won't do it this year. We'll wait and see. A lot of teams might try it. All right, Snell, 5 is Patient. Patient 84 for Duvall against the lefty. Patient 84. Ground ball to short. Handled by Hechavarria. And there's 1 away. Brings up Eugenio Suarez. Suarez, a 7, which is tough on Snell. And a 65. Tough 65 out of range. 65, fly to right. Handled over there by the right fielder, Mr. Malik Smith, for out number 2. Here's Tucker Barnhart, the catcher. Scooter Jeanette on deck. 5 is Patient. 44. Patient 44 is a walk. So first base runner of the game for the Reds, and now Scooter Jeanette will get a chance to bat. With Barnhart on. It's a 2, which is wheelhouse, but it's only a 1-19 against lefties. So we'll see if Jeanette can do something with that. He cannot. It's a 91, which is going to be a grounder to second. And that's going to be a 3rd out, so there's not even a need to worry about whether it's a force or not. It's the 3rd out. So we go to the 3rd. Still 4-0. Favor of the Rays. And you hope Cincinnati is not in for a long year in this league, but it's very possible this could be foreshadowing. Here is Matt Duffy. Start the 3rd. A 9 is tough. That'll help Castillo so he can find his tough range. 79 out of range. 79 with the ground ball to second. Handled over there by Scooter Jeanette. 1 away. That'll bring up C.J. Crone. And that's a leaner, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a 6. That's Patient. And an 08, that's going to be a walk. So a walk to C.J. Crone. 1 out walk. And that will bring up Wilson Ramos. I think he nicknamed him the Buffalo when he's in Washington. I'm not sure if he still keeps that nickname. 5 is ballpark. So in Great American Ballpark, 1-63 is the wheelhouse. And it is a wheelhouse roll, so we're going to go to Wilson Ramos. Now he homered his first at bat. He's in the wheelhouse again. So 1-47, he'll do it again. And he does. It's another home run for Wilson Ramos. He's 2 for 2, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Can't get much better than that if you're Wilson Ramos. And Castillo is going to be needing relief very quickly. He's set to bat second next inning. So they're going to try to get him through it, but I believe he is now going to have to go. If I remember the rules correctly, I haven't used these very often. I believe he's going to have to go to fatigued pitcher card because he's given up 6 runs. So I have to look at his ERA, which is 4.30. And let's see here. Gotta find the fatigue pitcher card for 4 ERA. So I believe that's it here. If I'm doing this incorrectly, somebody please tell me. But I think when they get their 6th run, they need to do that. He becomes completely fatigued. I guess I should have double checked the rule on that to make sure, but I think that's the case. Sorry to see a blowout in the first game of the new season, but can't control that sometimes. 6 is tough on that fatigue card. So Kiermaier off the tough result, 49. He's going to strike out. So that's out number 2. And I'll bring up Malik Smith. So we're going to see if Castillo can survive one more batter. 9 is in play. Smith in play, 23. That's a base hit. So 23 is a base hit. There's nobody on base, so we don't have to worry about runner advancement right this minute. But there's a runner on first now with 2 outs for Joey Wendell. That's a 7, which is wheelhouse. So Wendell, 1 to 22 would be a home run. To 79 though, so that's out of range completely. It is a grounder to short. Inning is over. But 2 runs come in for the Rays. It is now 6 to nothing as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. And the Cincinnati bullpen in full force. As that's going to do it for Mr. Castillo. He will go 3 innings, give up 6 runs. And Michael Lorenzen, the long man out of the bullpen, he will be loosening for the Reds. So he's not able to pinch hit while he's loosening to come into games, so they'll go to another pinch hitter. And let's see, with Snell, a lefty on the mound, they're going to go to a right-handed pinch hitter. And it's going to be Alex Blandino. Alex Blandino, don't know much about him, but first, actually, Jesse Winker is going to bat, and then Blandino. Let's get things in the right order here. Winker is actually going to lead off, and then Blandino. So let's write Blandino in here as a pinch hitter, and then we'll write in Lorenzen is the new pitcher for the Reds. All right, first things first, Blake Snell is going to face Winker, lefty on lefty. It's an 8, and that is tough. Tough 68. Tough 68 for Winker against a lefty. 49's out of range. 68's a ground ball to short. And that's out number 1. And now we get our pinch hitter, Mr. Blandino. 5 is patient. 69. Patient 69's a base hit against a lefty for Blandino. So the pinch hitter gets the first hit of the ball game for the Reds. It's a pinch hit single for Blandino. And now we'll go back to the top of the order for Jose Peraza. Snell, 8 is tough. Tough 18, that's a strikeout. 2 down, but barely. It only goes to 19 on a strikeout, so he actually was pretty good, but couldn't avoid it that time. 2 down, 1 on. Schebler, 6 is tough. Tough 03, that's definitely a strikeout. And the inning is over. So we go to the top of the 4th. And new pitcher is in for the Reds. And it will be Michael Lorenzen. So Lorenzen is on. In some long relief. See if he can hold the fort a little bit. Bottom part of the order, Hechavarria will lead off. It's a 7, which is in play. And an 80, in play 80, well out of range. 80 is a fly to center. 1 away, and that'll bring up Blake Snell. 7 is in play. 87, that's well out of range. 87's a grounder to short. 2 down for Denard Span. I was really hoping to get a closer game here on opening day, but doesn't look like they want to cooperate. In play 94, and that's going to be a fly to right for Span. And Lorenzen pitches a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still a comfortable 6-0 lead for the Rays. And Mr. Snell. And he'll be facing Joey Votto to start things off. Votto struck out his first chance. 12 is defense, so we got a first chance on defensive check. It's a 54, so we go to our defensive chart. The defensive chart, let me pull that out. 54. 54 is the second base error check. So we're checking the error rating on Wendell. And Wendell's error rating is a 5. That's the best you can have. So we go up here to 5. If it's a 1 to 23, it's an error. Anything else, he'll make the play. So it has to be a 24 or more for him to make the play. And it's not, it's a 5, so it will be an error. And now we'll figure out what kind of error it is. We'll roll the 2d6s. It's a 6, so we'll check the error chart. 6 is a 1 base error. So Joey Wendell uncharacteristically makes an error. And Joey Votto reaches to start the bottom of the 4th. So an error on Mr. Wendell. Votto's aboard. Here is Duval. 6 is tough. Tough 42 against a lefty. Struck him out. So Duval is gone. 1 away for Eugenio Suarez. To 9, which is tough. And a 48. Tough 48's a double for Suarez. Look at that. That is one lone double against lefties is a 48, and he found it. The base running, the lead die is a 3. We go to runner advancement on a runner at first with a double. The lead die of 3 says a runner scores. So there is your first run of the game for the Reds. It's unearned, but they'll take it. RBI double for Suarez. And the lead is cut to 6-1. Don't think Kevin Cash is panicking yet. 5 is Patient. Tucker Barnhart. Patient 07, that's a walk. That'll put 2 on with 1 out. Does set up a double play. And here is Scooter Gennett. He did ground to second his first trip. Does it again. It might be a double play. 8 is tough. 66. Out of range. 66 is a ground ball to third. The 2d6 is total an 8. But his double play rating here is a 7, so it's higher than that. So it will be a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a 5 to 4 fielder's choice. 5 to 4. So Suarez will go to third base. Barnhart is out at second, 5 to 4, and Gennett reaches on the fielder's choice. Runners on the corners. 2 outs for Jesse Winker. Red's trying to, oh, there's a lane. I got to re-roll that second die. All right, it's a 9, which is tough. And if I kept the double 3s, 6 would have been tough also, so same result. Winker, 41 tough, is a strikeout against a lefty, and the inning is over. So, 1 run for the Reds. Cuts the lead to 6-1. And we go to the 5th inning. And leading things off for the Rays will be Matt Duffy, as Lorenz is in for his 2nd inning of work. He's actually scheduled to lead off the next inning, so they may let him pinch hit just for the fun of it if the score continues to be, lopsided. Here's Duffy. 12 is defense, so we're going back to a defensive check. And we get a 34. So we check our defensive chart. A 34 is the range of the right fielder. So the right fielder, in this case, for Cincinnati, is Mr. Winker, and his range is an F, not very good. So most likely this is going to drop in for a base hit. A 1 to 73, and it's a hit. So it could be extra bases. We'll see. It's a 76, though, so it's not going to be a hit. He's going to make the grab. How about that? Winker hustles over there and makes the catch in the gap. Prevents extra bases. Here's Crone. 6 is tough. 37, tough 37 against a righty is a strikeout. So Mr. Lorenzen doing very well for himself. Maybe he should have been the opener. Here's Ramos. That's a 7, which is in play. In play 74, though, is a ground ball to second. And so that's 2 shutout innings. Okay, apologize for that interruption. Now we're back for the bottom of the 5th. And to add realism, I'm going to go ahead and pinch hit for Lorenzen. I'm not going to let him swing away. He's going to go ahead and be pinch hit for. And Let's see who they're going to bring in to pinch hit. I think they'll let Billy Hamilton pinch hit. He's like a leadoff man, so it's his chance to maybe get something started. Although he didn't do that well against lefties. But they're going to see what he can do. Billy Hamilton against Blake Snell. 4, which is tough. So Hamilton, 82. That's out of range. That's a fly ball to center. 1 away. So that's going to do it for Hamilton. And the Reds will go to their bullpen to start the top of the 6th. And loosening in that bullpen is left-hander Cody Reed. He's their long man as well. So Cody Reed will be coming on for the Reds in the top of the 6th. Right now, back to the top of the order, and Jose Peraza against Snell. 7, which is tough. 83, tough 83 is a fly to center. So 2 fly balls to center field, 2 quick outs for Scott Schebler. 8 is tough. 46, tough 46. See, it's going to be a base hit for Schebler, 43 to 50. So Schebler fought that one off, got himself a base hit, 2-out single. And here's Joey Votto. He certainly do. 6 is tough. Tough 88, though, is not going to help him. Tough 88 is a ground ball to second. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we played 5 here at Great American Ballpark. And Tampa comfortably in front 6-1. And lefty Cody Reed is on. He'll be facing Kevin Kiermaier, lefty on lefty to start the top of the 6th. It'll be Kiermaier, Smith, and Wendell, 3 lefties in a row. 8 is tough for Reed. Kiermaier, 83 against a lefty is a ground ball to second. So there's 1 away. Brings up Malix Smith. That's a 31, which, what did I do? I should have rolled the D10s first, my bad. It's an 8, which is tough. Tough 31, that's a strikeout. Thought something was weird there. All right, so it's 2 down. Brings up Joey Wendell. 8 is tough again. Wendell, 65. Tough 65 is a ground ball to 3rd. So Cody Reed, 1, 2, 3 inning. Getting everything back in order. Except for the first inning, it's been a good ball game. Just that first inning explosion. And the home runs by Wilson Ramos. That's been the difference. All right, Snell. Now this is he's inning number 6 for fatigue. So we'll see how he holds out here. He is scheduled to bat second next inning, so I think we're going to let him go this inning and then pull him. Here's Duvall. It's an 8. It's tough. Tough 36. That's a strikeout. You want to conserve his innings and whatnot, especially in a blowout game, so it just makes all the sense in the world to pull him. 6 is tough. Suarez, tough. 0-1. That's definitely a strikeout. So Snell's going out with a bang. Here's Tucker Barnhart. 8 is tough. 38, tough 38 is another strikeout. So Snell strikes out the side to end his afternoon on opening day as he dispatches the Reds 1, 2, 3. We'll take a timeout for a pitching change. And I'm sorry, a pinch hitter, I should say, not a pitching change. Pitching change is forthcoming. But right now, with Cody Reed going for a 2nd inning of work, the Rays will be looking for a pinch hitter, and they're going to go to Daniel Robertson. It's Hechavarria and then Robertson after that. So Robertson, the pinch hitter, will come up after Hechavarria. But we need to write his name in. So Robertson is the pinch hitter. And if we look at the bullpen for the Rays, they're going to go to, let's see who they might want to turn to. Well, they're going to go to Diego Castillo. So Diego Castillo, no relation, I don't think, to the other Castillo, but Diego Castillo will come on. And he's actually a long relief guy, so it's possible he could get a save by going 3 innings, but we'll play it out and see what happens. Right now, it is Hechavarria facing Cody Reed. 5 is tough. 61, tough 61, out of range. 61 is a ground ball to third. 1 away. And now that brings up the pinch hitter Daniel Robertson against Reed. 6 is in play. 99, that's going to be a fly to left. So 2 down. Robertson fails in the pinch. Here's Denard Span. 5 is tough. Tough 16, that's a strikeout, and the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Rays in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. And much to everyone's pleasure, there will be no musical accompaniment by myself. So we're going to go ahead and get going here with Diego Castillo. He is the new pitcher for the Rays. It'll be Jeanette, Winker, and a pinch hitter for Cody Reed. So the Reds have to go to their bench again. And with the right-hander Castillo, they're going to go to the left-hander Mason Williams. He will be the pinch hitter when the time comes. So it'll be Jeanette, Winker, and Mason Williams. So we'll write Williams in. Mason Williams, pinch hitting. First things first, it is Scooter Jeanette. It's a 6, which is in play. 65, in play 65 is going to be a ground ball to third. 1 away for Jesse Winker. Winker, a 6 on Castillo, is in play again. And a 34, in play 34, that's a base hit for Jesse Winker. 1 out single. And now we get the pinch hitter, Mason Williams. See what he can do against Castillo. 7 is Patient. Patient 32. And actually 32 falls in to Castillo's wild pitch rating. So this is going to be a wild pitch. It will not be a walk. It'll be a wild pitch. And we'll redo the at-bat. Because pitchers have this wild pitch rating, and if you fall into that category with a runner on base, it is a wild pitch. You don't have to check anything else. 8 is tough. Williams, an 0-2, that's a strikeout. So 2 down with the runner at second. Williams fails in the pinch. And it's up to Jose Peraza to get the run home. 6 is in play. 87, though, is going to be a ground ball to short. And the inning is over. So 7 innings are in the books here at Great American Ballpark on opening day. And it is still a comfortable 6-1 lead for the Rays. And let's get the new pitcher for the Reds. And it's going to be Jared Hughes. So Jared Hughes is on. He is pitcher number 4. And he will be facing Matt Duffy. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Duffy, Crone, and Ramos. 6 is tough for Duffy. Tough 31 is a strikeout. 1 away for CJ Crone. 7 is in play. 28. That's a base hit for Crone. So it's a 1 out single for Crone, and that brings up Bull, Baby Bull, Buffalo, whatever it is they call him, Wilson Ramos. He's got 2 home runs already. 8 is tough. He won't get one here. 85, tough 85's out of range. It's a ground ball to short. Could be a double play. He's a double play of 9. He's a double play of 9, so that is a double play because we had 8 on the 2d6s, so it will be a double play. And it's going to go 6-4-3 to end the inning. So Jared Hughes gets out of that without any trouble, thanks to the twin killing. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Castillo back out for another inning of work. He's going to be facing Shepler, Votto, and Duvall. 5 is tough for Shepler. 48, that's a strikeout. 1 down. Here's Joey Votto. Votto, 0 for 3. He did reach on an error and score the only run. 5 is tough. 61, tough 61 is out of range. That's a ground ball to third. 2 down for Adam Duvall. 7 is patient. 13, that's going to be a walk. 2-out walk to Duvall. And that's going to bring up Eugenio Suarez. He's got some power. He hit 34 home runs on the season last year. 6 is in play. 33. Now 33 is going to be a wild pitch again. So right here, Castillo is uncorked one. His second wild pitch of the game. Suarez still at the plate. So it's right in Castillo with 2 wild pitches. We had 3 wild pitches in this game already. Here's Suarez again. 7 is patient. 88. Patient 88 is out of range. 88 is a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the 9th. Still a very comfortable 6-1 lead for the Rays. And Jared Hughes will come out. He's a 1-inning guy, like most of their relievers are. So now they'll go to David Hernandez. He will come in and pitch the top of the 9th. Their 5th pitcher used of the game. Rays have only used 2 so far. Could possibly use a 3rd, but I doubt we're going to let Castillo go all 3 innings. Here is Kiermaier. He will lead off against Hernandez. 9 is tough. Tough, and then 11 is a strikeout. 1 away. Brings up Malix Smith. 8 is tough. 68 out of range. 68's a fly to left. 2 down. And that brings up Joey Wendell, second baseman. Oh, and I just lost the die across the bow here. That happened. I have that little backboard there, but sometimes it slips by them. The way I roll my dice, sometimes a little rugged. So I'm just going to re-roll the whole thing. Call that a foul ball. 10 is tough for Wendell. Tough 07, that's a strikeout. So Hernandez, a very easy 9th inning. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th. And we will get a new pitcher on for the Rays to try to close things out. No save situation, obviously. But they're going to go to Chaz Rowe. So Chaz Rowe is on to finish out. Castillo goes 2 after Snell went 6. So Chaz Rowe is on. He'll be facing Barnhart, Jeanette, and Winker. And if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for the pitcher. And we'll have to figure out who they got left on the bench. They have Brandon Dixon, I believe is the one guy they have on the bench left, along with Kurt Casale, their backup catcher. So Dixon would pinch hit. Right now, though, it is Barnhart taking on Chaz Rowe. 7 is Patient. Patient 45, and that's a leadoff walk. Last thing you want to do as a reliever is come and start walking guys. Scooter Jeanette. 5 is tough. Tough 30, and that's a wild pitch. Yet another wild pitch. How about that? Chaz Rowe uncorks 1. We've got 4 wild pitches in this game. Don't think I've ever had that before. Jeanette's still at the plate. 9 is tough. 0-0. So now we got the rare play with runners on base. So we got to go back to the original rare play chart, not my secondary one, because that's for only bases empty situations. So let's go back to the runners on base situation, rare play. Roll the 2d6s. We get a 7. Reroll 2d10 and check ballpark. If result is within wheelhouse range, reroll dice on the batter's wheelhouse section. Alright, so we're going to reroll and see if we get in the wheelhouse or not. We do not. It's in play. So when that happens, otherwise deep fly ball caught by the center fielder. So you don't even go off the in play for the at bat. It's just a deep fly to center. And there's 1 away. Let's see. Does it say anything about runners advancing? Yes. Runner advances 1 base. So the runner on second does go to third. So Barnhart will tag and go to third. So he is on third base with 1 out for Jesse Winker. Infield, of course, will play back to get the out. 9 is Tough. Winker, 55. Tough 55 is going to be a ground ball to third. And I believe that's going to score a run. Let me check my base runner advancement. I believe if the infield is back, then that's going to score the run. Let's check the infield back chart or infield in chart. There's an infield in chart. I don't see an infield back chart. Let's check this out here. Well, infield in, infield back. Ground out. Okay, here we go. Ground out to third. It says here, runner on third with a runner. All right, here's what it says here. Runner on third with run rating of 7 or more scores. So does the runner have a run rating of 7? Barnhart does not, so he will have to hold. So I stand corrected. Chart says he has to hold, so it was hit so hard he had to hold. How about that? All right, so now we're to the aforementioned Brandon Dixon. He's their last hope because you're not going to hit with Castillo. So this is Dixon. Ran a room of pinch hitter spots, so Dixon's going to pinch hit. Dixon against Rowe. 10 is in play. 26, that's a base hit, and that will score a run. I got a kitty interruption. One moment, please. All right, sorry about the interruption, but Brandon Dixon just got a pinch hit single to score Barnhart, cut the lead to 6-2. Here's Peraza. 8 is Tough. Tough 0-2. It's a strikeout, and the ball game is over. So the Rays win the inaugural Pop 10 payoff pitch season. Okay, I apologize for that last interruption. Hopefully that will be the last of this video that will happen. Final score, the Rays win it by the score of 6-2. Final line score, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Rays. They only left 1 runner on base because the homers in the first and third inning cleared the bases. The only runner left on base was Malik Smith after a single. And in fact, the only other base runner by Tampa the rest of the way was a Crone single, but then he got erased on a double play. So only 1 left on. For the Reds, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 7 left. Winning pitcher was Nate Snell. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, which was not earned because of the error on Wendell. Walked 2, struck out 8, so certainly a quality play there. Castillo, 2 innings of shutout relief, and Rowe pitched 1 inning and gave up a run. A walk, a wild pitch, and a pinch hit single took care of that. Unfortunately for the Reds, Castillo got hammered. 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Walked 1, struck out 3, gave up 2 home runs. Bullpen was brilliant. Lorenzen, Reed, Hughes, and Hernandez pitched 6 innings of shutout, 1 hit ball. But the damage was already done, 6-0. They made it 6-2, but that's the way we end it. And the opening day game in the Pop 10 League is now in the books as we look forward to Game 2 of this series at Great American Ballpark. It will be for the Rays. I just had it. Where'd they go? There they are. For the Rays, it'll be Chris Archer on the mound for the Rays against the Black Knight, Matt Harvey. So that will be the matchup in Game 2. Of course, all those will be offline. The next video will be another opening day game because I want to play all the opening day games. So if we look at the schedule, if we go back and look at that schedule again for opening week, Series 1, Seattle and San Diego is next on board. I'm not sure what the pitching matchup's going to be yet. I feel kind of sorry for Miami. They have to play Boston opening day. That's like feeding the lambs to the wolves, maybe. Colorado Atlanta should actually be a pretty good series. It should be evenly matched. Chicago going into Philly could be trouble. They will be without the DH. Seattle, of course, will be without the DH, so looking for Nelson Cruz to play the outfield. So that's going to do it from here at Great American Ballpark. Again, the final score here on opening day of the Pop 10 League. It is Tampa Bay 6, Cincinnati 2. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.